Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj. That's his whole family. So we're going to hear from Mother Yashodamaya Devi Gasi. Many know her. We heard some from her yesterday. But one fun fact that I'll share about her is she had the impetus and desire to start the book projects for His Holiness Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj. And she single-handedly made the decision to raise funds and sponsor and publish his first book, Beggar One, and name the press Harinam Press. So the start of Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj's book projects came through Mother Yashodamaya, and because we have a proper system under the guidance of the faith. How you intentionally choose and take the opportunity to keep Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj in your heart.
Thank you, Mother Chintamani. She is my, you know, like you have like a good fairy or a good angel on one side and a bad angel on the other side. So she's my good angel. You know, my false ego is my bad angel. So whenever it's like, oh yeah, I'm this and blah, 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 and then I'll mention it, I'll just mention it. And Mother Chintamani is, well, don't you think if you do like this, it might be a little bit better? Or maybe like that. Okay, so the whole point of this gathering is to try to keep this going, to keep this with us when we leave, not just have this be like a one-off thing, that, oh yeah, we all came together for the 20th Tirtha, and it was wonderful, and we had a great time, and then slowly, as is the material, they just slip back into, you know, everyday affairs, or continue to maintain like that isolation or whatever. So we want to try to share, and Mother Chintamani has thought of some wonderful ways in which we can try to hold on to this. What I'm going to do is kind of just share a little bit with what I do to stay infused and to stay engaged. And as I was thinking about this, well, first, I'm not even sure why I would put in this position to start with, because there's so many more capable people to do this. But what I do to try to stay engaged and enlivened and inspired in Krishna consciousness and in the service of my spiritual master. So I was asking Gurudev, how should I say this? What should I say? And he said, don't say anything. So I said, okay, but I still have a service to do. So how that came to me was, what have you heard this weekend? What have you been listening? Have you been listening? What have you actually heard? So I wanted to share the little snippets of what actually penetrated and touched my heart from all the speakers that I've heard this weekend. So I wanted to start with Chitti Shakti, who started by saying something about listening with attention, but I didn't really hear what she was talking about. She said, the mind tells us the story, we feed it. So we feed it the knowledge of the self. Feed the mind reality, and it will stop giving you illusion. And as I meditated on that, I was thinking, well, that's where did Srila Prabhupada say reality was? This means books, right? So this, for me, was an impetus to, I need to read more. I need to read more. Chandramani Maharaj said, Bhakti Tirtha Swami never wanted to slow down. And I'm asking myself, am I slowing my Guru Maharaj down with my selfish desires, my stupidity, and my denseness? And that's not humility, that's actual fact, because I think about the things that I used to approach my Guru Maharaj with, all the problems and challenges I had, and looking back now, it's like, oh my God, I wasted so much time with all this trivia and, you know, this is not working out, and this person, you know, it's like, wow. And he just listened so patiently to all of that and, you know, guided me. And I was thinking, am I now still taking the stuff to him and slowing him down? My refusal to depend on Krishna. And he also said Krishna's help comes in the form of intelligence, and that really hit home to me too. Then Jai Sri Prabhu said, always that Gurudev always focused on relationships, and B.T. Swami worked on himself and worked on his relationships. So the relationships we have, they're not just going to blossom and bloom by themselves. We actually have to put effort into them. And anyone that's married knows that. But you have to put effort into your marriage, otherwise it's not going to happen. You know? And Uttama Prabhu said, I love the way that he focused on these three things of Gurudev: austerity, humility, and the desire to learn and do better. And that last one is so important. We have to have the desire to want to do better. We have to have a desire to want to keep going deeper and to keep getting more inspired and getting better. Otherwise it will happen. Krishna's fulfilling that desire. If you don't have a desire to want to do better, then you're not going to. Satyananda Maharaj says, our lives are a manifestation of what is deep in our hearts. And I had to really think about that, because sometimes when we think we're having challenges and this and that, what's actually in your heart? And Krishna's dealing with what's deepest in your heart, not what's on the surface, not what you think you want, but what you actually want. That's what Krishna is fulfilling. So what our lives are a manifestation of what is deep in our hearts. Gauravani Prabhu said, we are not standing on our own strength, but on our rooted interconnectedness. That really, made me tingle. Our rooted interconnectedness. We are connected to each other, whether we know it or not, whether we like it or not. Sometimes I don't like it, but we are connected to each other. And there's strength in that connectedness. Raghunath Maharaj once gave this example of walking in, I think it was the sequoia forest or whatever, and how he asked one of the rangers, about the trees, and how he found out that the trees were all connected on it. He was the largest living entity on the planet. It was this grove of aspen trees that are all connected together. And we are all connected together. We're connected through the heart to Srila Prabhupada, who is the gardener of this beautiful forest. And we need to take strength from that, of our interconnectedness. Raghunath Maharaj said a lot. But what I remember is you cannot make material adjustments. You can't make a material adjustment for unity and diversity. It has to come from a higher level. You've got to work through rejection, because nobody accepts you 100% of the time. We have the opportunity to keep BT Swami in our hearts, so let's take that opportunity. Kamagiri Prabhu said, love is the answer. Love is always the answer. Whatever the question is, love is the answer. Chanaka Pandit Prabhu said, Gurudev will always pull us along. You just need to stay in his association. So we follow in his wake. This reminds me of when I was in Rajula and myself, we were touring with Gurudev when we were in Arizona. And in Arizona, he bought me a car. He said, there's another story behind that, but it was a BMW, one of those little two-seater BMWs, and he said, drive this to Cleveland. So myself and Rajula got in the car, and we didn't know that it didn't have, it had a hole in the gas tank, and the gauge didn't work. And what if Rajula doesn't drive, by the way? So when he says drive this, it was me that was driving his car to Cleveland. So what we did to kind of try to, he said, be there in 3 weeks. So we got in the car, we were on our way to Atlanta, then we're going to go to DC, then we're going to go to Cleveland. And so I used to get behind these big trucks, the big 18-wheeler truck, because I heard that if you stay in the wake of the truck, you can move faster. These trucks are going at like 90 miles an hour, and I was like, but the problem is if the truck stops or if anything happens to the truck, you're toast. Anyway, so we're getting behind the wake of the truck and move, and the truck would protect us so that we would be able to move faster. And so that's what I got from the Chanaka Pandit's speech, is that you can get behind Gurudev and get pulled along with his energy. Get pulled along. So whatever it is that you want to do for him, getting behind him and get pulled along with him. Rukmini Prabhu said, and this I'm really going to keep this really deep in my heart. May Gurudev not have died in vain. and I can't really say that too many times, but I feel the tears coming. Malati Prabhu said, the danger of thinking small is that we disregard Krishna's ability to make anything happen. And it's so powerful. We cannot think small. Gurudev is not a small thinker. And then Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj himself.
Can you repeat the last?
Malati Prabhu said, the danger of thinking small.
I was quoting him.
You're quoting
I was quoting.
Srila Prabhupada.
Bhakti Tirtha. No, Bhakti Tirtha.
Oh, that's I'm hearing it from you too. I'm thinking small is that we just Krishna's ability to make anything happen. We are never alone. You know, there's sometimes we feel that, but we're never alone. And I know you, Srila Prabhupada said that we are never alone. Krishna's always with us. So from Beggar 2, crying out for the mercy, that I've been crying out for the mercy a lot these past few days. Gurudev says, Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj says, I will no longer be able to be with you physically as I was before the devastation, but know that I will always send help to you when you are truly ready for it. Everything that has happened to the people on this planet is due to consciousness. As you and those around you change your consciousness, help will be sent accordingly. So I just want to end with that, but I also want to, like I said, share how I stay engaged. And I stay engaged by staying busy. You know, they say that the idle hand of the devil's workshop, right? Yeah, so I try to stay busy, and there are different projects that I'm engaged in, and as I said earlier in this event, that there is a table downstairs that has different projects on it, so if you're interested in engaging in a project that you feel would help you to stay engaged and stay connected, there's plenty of choices down there. Just a few of them are the Samadarshana Initiative, which is the diversity, equity, and inclusion part of ISKCON. We have a website. We don't really have a lot of other things going on. We would need more people to help and join in if you want to. So there's more information on the table down there. To promote diversity, equity, and inclusion, as was said that, you know, Srila Prabhupada built a house for everybody to live, but not everybody feels comfortable with crossing over into that house. Or when they visit the house, sometimes they don't feel comfortable to stay. So what is it that we can do? How can we tweak our presentations? How can we tweak the way we are in the world to have everybody that comes in contact with us feel comfortable and feel invited and feel inspired to want to continue to take these steps in Krishna consciousness? Because even just greeting somebody, saying hello to somebody, or just greeting somebody with a smile could be enough to help them want to stay in our association. There's the Africa community building. The group of devotees are building a Gita Nagari in Africa. So if you would like to know more about that project and find out about that, that's there too. There's the Yami Care Yashoda project, which is a project to supply food and clothing and help to new mothers in Ghana, because some mothers, they don't have anything. And so Mother Yashoda's daughter, Priyasaki, is actually the head of this organization. It's a non-profit. And they collect clothes, they collect all kinds of stuff here and then ship them to Ghana. So if you'd like to know more about that project, help with that project, please do. There's the Institute House Maintenance Fund. You see that they're selling pictures of Gurudev in the lobby there, so please support that. That helps to maintain the Institute House. So that is if there isn't anything else that you can do, you can give a little laughter to any of these projects to help keep them going. BT Swami documentary, you can talk with Ajahn to see what kind of help we might need for that, whether it's remote helping him with digitalizing lots of all the stuff that you've been seeing on the videos here, and every month he produces videos for the global connection, so please help him with that. And also the Music of the Heart, which is a program that has been going in Vietnam. This is the 20th year for the Music of the Heart. It's an end of year festival, it's an end of year coming together of all the talent in Vietnam and beyond Vietnam. This year it will be Zoom because it's the 20th one. So if you want to help with making those arrangements for that. Yeah, so that was started by Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj to encourage the children in Vietnamese, the children that will play different instruments and sang and danced and then played kirtan. And every year we got together on New Year's Eve and have this wonderful program. It's morphed now into adults as well. And the children themselves have grown up into adults. And it's a wonderful way to come together and bring in the new year. So if you want to come to Gita Nagari, December 31st, come and be part of that program. It's wonderful. But this year we want to also Zoom it. So anyone that really wants to help with that, please come and help. And before I end, I just wanted to mention, we're talking about relationships. We have two devotees that are undergoing really serious health challenges right now. Mother Kalki, who's a long-term resident of this community, is actually in a rehabilitation center in Midland. She had a minor stroke and lost some of the function in her left side of her body. She's working through depression and frustration as she's trying to get strong and be able to get out of there. It would be nice if we could send her our prayers. The prayers of the Vaishnavas are really powerful. And not just Mother Kalki, but also Yogeshwar, another long-term resident here in Vietnam, who currently lives in Harrisburg. He's also underwent the same thing, had a minor stroke. He's actually been readmitted into hospital, but he also was in a rehabilitation center. And if you could just hold these two devotees in your hearts and just send them the love and strength and encouragement to get over their challenges and to join us again, it would mean a lot to them to know that you're praying for them. So please open your hearts.
We all chant Hare Krishna for them. Just
Thank you. That's a great idea. Yes. Let's all together chant Hare Krishna for Mother Kalki and Yogeshwar Guru.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Thank you.
So thank you, Mother Yashoda. Mother Yashoda said that I'm her good angel on her shoulder. Mother Yashoda is my good angel in terms of expanding what I think is possible. Mother Yashoda is the type of person who doesn't see a no, she doesn't see any barrier, and she embodies community. And if you notice, when we were asked to do this service, her commission was to spend her whole time sharing about what she does to keep Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj in her heart. And what she did is share with all of us what the dedicated, senior, inspired devotees of our Supreme Lord do to keep Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj in her heart. So she created community in her speaking, and her life is to do preaching programs and travel and do so many amazing things. So I thank you for your example of outreach, fearlessness, courageousness, and surrender. Thank you. And we're going to have an experience to help us expand our ways of connecting with Guru and Krishna. So if I may have my two daughters / helpers. So they're going to pass out, exercises. Like, this is not like a grueling, like, paper pencil exercise. It should be a, this kind of exercise. So, if you could please take a note card and a pen. You know, it's been so cool. I've been talking to some devotees and sharing things with them and telling them that I want to send things to them. And I give them a piece of paper and a pen, and they take out their phone. and they like type it in their phone. I'm like, oh, do you use paper? So typically people don't use paper these days, but I would encourage you with this exercise to actually use the pen and use the paper. And research has shown actually that there's a level of potency in helping with memory and helping with retention when you use your hand and write on a piece of paper as opposed to using something digitally. So for today, we ask that people go old school and use paper and pencil. Oh, so
If you don't have a pen,
Take
you
one
can
and
share
we'll pass
with
it.
your neighbor. There might not be enough to go around.
yeah, we have 200 pens, so it should. If I may say, the disciples of Srila Prabhupada do not need to do this exercise, do not feel obliged to do this exercise. I'm not in any position to give an exercise to any of you. So, I wanted to say that. I have enough pens, because I also have some additional ones. We have about 200. Does everyone have a index card and a pen?
Many extra kids have the palms forward and you have the extra.
And the cards are blue because blue is Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj's favorite color. Second to saffron. That was his birthday. Okay. Okay, so we all have our pens and cards. So we ask that everyone please still your mind, still your body, still your senses, and bring back the intention of creating sacred, transformational, holy, protective space. We have Lord Nrsimhadev, Blessed Lord Nrsimhadev from Vrindavan, the remover of obstacles, to assist us in our process. And I'd like everyone at this moment, you can put your pencils and pen down and settle yourselves in your seats or on the floor. And what we'd like you to do is please close your eyes for a moment. Please close your eyes for a moment. And please imbibe this energy that's been created this whole weekend of love and protection and upliftment and care and transformation and connection to Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj and Srila Prabhupada and Radha Damodar and Vaishnava lineage. And if you can please think of something that happened this weekend that had meaning. Something that happened this weekend where you felt touched, where you felt moved, where you felt very, very loved, where you felt inspired, where you felt the beautiful, loving hand of His Divine Grace, HH Bhakti Tirtha Srila Prabhupada, where you felt the beautiful, loving hand of His Holiness Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj. And as you think about this moment, we want to utilize our senses in the service of this exercise. So we want to think about if it was a moment where we felt something, what did that feel like in your body? Did it feel warm? Did it feel safe? Did it feel comforting? Did it feel like relief? Did it feel like home? If you think about how that looked, was it something you saw? Was it a beauty of a devotee's face? Was it the beauty of this beautiful holy dawn, the greenery in the trees? Was it the colors outside? Was it the bright smile? Was it the interior of the samadhi? What did your eyes see? Was it something that you smelled? Was it the smell of the incense? Was it when you gave a devotee a hug and you smelled the beautiful aroma of that devotee? Was it the fresh air, being out in the countryside? Or was it something that you touched? Was it the touch of a garland or the touch of another devotee? Bring all your senses together in this moment to really, really experience this moment that you had this weekend, where you felt love, where you felt moved, where you felt inspired. And as you presence also, what did that experience do for you? Why did that experience have so much meaning? What was it about that experience that made a difference for you? Did it have you feel cared for or connected in a way that you hadn't in a long time? Did it have you not feel so alone? Did it increase your faith in the process? Did it increase your faith in devotees? Did it increase your faith in leadership? Did it give you an in-depth understanding of Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj or the Krishna consciousness process that you didn't have before? Did it give you hope for your present? Or did it give you hope for the future? Did it give you an anchor or inspire you to do something different? And lastly, in this experience, what gift did Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj give you? What gift did Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj give you? And if you can crystallize that gift to one word, did he give you the gift of comfort? Did he give you the gift of solace? Did he give you the gift of excitement? Did he give you the gift of inspiration? Did he give you the gift of hope? Did he give you the gift of fearlessness? If you can crystallize and presence the gift that Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj gave into a word, This weekend, Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj gave me the gift of and once you have that gift, if you can slowly open your eyes and bring yourself back to the room. And if you can please write that on a piece of paper, on your beautiful blue card, the gift that you were given by His Holiness Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj. And then what we'd like you to do is ask yourself this question. How will I give this gift to others? How will I give this gift to others? And in two ways. How will I be? And what will I do? So for how will I be, think of a quality of His Holiness Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj. How will you be? What quality will you need to take on to give this gift to others? And if you can jot that quality down, the quality of Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj that was passed down from His Divine Grace HH Bhakti Tirtha Swami Srila Prabhupada. How will I be? What quality do I need to take on to give this gift to others? And then, we want to leave with a sankalpa, a determination to take action. So what will I do? So you have the quality of how you would need to be. Name one thing, small or big, that you will do to give the gift you gain to others. And this is not in the mood of a New Year's resolution. Sometimes these exercises, or our experience of these exercises is well-intentioned, so I'm going to do this. I'm going to chant 32 rounds. We want Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj wants me to keep my word. So as you write what you will do, write it in the mood of what can I give my best effort to keep my word. So if it means I've stopped chanting my rounds, then make a commitment to chant one round. If it means I hear 1 hour a day, I'd like to increase, make a commitment to an hour and a half a day. The point is, make a commitment in a mood where you can keep your word to Guru and Krishna. One small step. You are still writing on this time. So now we'd like everyone to turn to the person next to you. Ladies with ladies, men with men. So if you can turn to your partner and face your partner. Yes. If you don't have a partner, find someone. Just turn and just face someone. Okay, does everyone have a partner?
Because I came with such a disappointed consciousness.
Does someone not have a partner? Can you please raise your hand?
What are happening? But I hear all this different
Does everyone else have a partner?
times.
Okay, let me show this
He
girl
did,
some
his
partner.
disciples did. May he inspire us.
Om Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Rayana Namaskritya Dharam Jaiva Naro.
Wow, that's far out. Thank you. That was not planned. Well, it was. So if we can please bring stillness. So as you face your partner, and now do we have two? So we need, is there another lady who needs a partner? You do? Okay, can you come to her, you too? Okay, each of us has two, right? Good, thank you. Two, yeah. So if we can please face our partners. And have quiet, stillness, quiet, stillness. We talked yesterday and through the whole weekend about how our commission is to see every living entity as spirit soul and relate to every living entity from the vantage of the Lord in the heart. So we have a wonderful opportunity to be able to experience a great Vaishnava being in front of us. So if you can please sit directly in front of your partner, eye to eye.
She's going through a lot.
Stillness. Stillness. It's so beautiful how we get so inspired just talking, connecting with each other. Stillness. So we want to take the opportunity to deeply connect with this soul that's in front of us. And we have two. This is three. Is there another man who needs a partner? Okay, come just shoot. Come up. Okay, I just want to call you Pani. Halaka, can you please know? And if we can please look this spirit soul in front of us deeply in their eyes. This is an exercise that is not very comfortable. Stillness, stillness, stillness. Peace be still. Hare Krishna, stillness. In the busyness of our lives, in the movement in our lives, in the protections that we have up in this material world, due to the three modes of material nature, due to the three miseries, creating space for vulnerability, creating space for deep connection is something rare. This is an opportunity to presence a Vaishnava devotee of the Lord, to look deeply in that person's eyes, to think of the great mercy, to be in the association of Vaishnavas, and to experience an opportunity to deeply connect with a beloved child of our Supreme Lord. If you feel uncomfortable, take some breaths and intentionally send this soul your heartfelt well wishes. Send this soul your appreciation. Send this soul your gratitude. Send this soul your condolences. That other than those who are here solely on the mission of Srila Prabhupada, many of us are here out of envy for the Supreme Lord. So send them your condolences that they're in this material world and that they've left the protection and beauty of the spiritual world. Send this person well wishes as they leave this place and they go about their lives and back to work and back to struggles and back to difficulties and back to their minds and back to their fears and back to their loneliness, back to their senses of struggle. Send this person potency and send this person prayers. And share with this person now the gift that you received from Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj. So one person can go first and share. Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj gave me the gift of, and then the other person can share. Bhakti Tirtha Maharaj gave me the gift of.
share. Well, you felt loving much. Since we got
And share how you will give the gift. And share how you will give the gift to others.
No, we
let
switched.
you know when to switch to have another person share. So if you didn't get that chance during lunch, if you could make it get with that person and have an opportunity to share. So now in the mood of old school Gitanagari, we're going to ask everyone to please stand up and we are going to make a big circle. So if you can please